Okay. Look, I mean, come on. Look at this. We are almost a week in to having a relatively clean desk. I've fixed like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 10 cameras, and we still have the clean desk. So, we'll see. We'll see how long I can keep it going. I do like it. It feels better to not have a mess. I still have a mess like everywhere else here that you can't see, but as far as like visual display, I think this looks the best. All right, this is a special camera. Obviously it is, because it's a Pentax MX. This has become kind of the folk hero of the channel, if you will. This is like kind of my new fixation, if you will. This one has a very common issue where the curtain's not traveling all the way. That's not engaging the mirror to drop properly and for the camera to cycle as it should. But I've been firing it a lot and have kind of gotten it to wake up a little bit, but still on the slower speeds. Huh. There we go. Okay. It's working intermittently, but it's still, you know, that. That's not necessarily what makes this camera special. What makes this camera special is this belonged to the one, the only, the maestro of landscape photography. Look at that. Ansel Adams camera. It's his camera. This is his camera that I own right now. That's the only explanation. There's no other A. Adams in the world that isn't Ansel Adams. So, I think that's pretty cool. I'm pretty jazzed about that. And now it's in my possession and I get to fix it. Also, I love this so much. Actually I think I have. This is about from the same time, actually. I just found this on my desk. But this is 20 exposure, this is 24. But I love this coloring. I don't know what it is, but I love it. Anywho, I should say I don't know what it is about the coloring. I think it's the yellow font with the green background. I just think it looks cool. But I digress. Let's talk about the camera. It's an MX. We know it, we love it. Issues that I've noticed with it so far: a little bit sluggish release on the frame counter. You can see that it doesn't quite go back all of the way. And now it is. Okay. So that needs to be cleaned up. The curtain obviously needs a little bit of help as well. And this was last serviced in 1986. So we're a little bit behind. I'm curious, I kind of want to call this number. I'm going to call this number and see if they're still around.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please check.
Damn, that's tough to see. It's only been like 40 years. I wonder what could have happened. Alright, so Ace camera repair. That's kind of a dead end. Let us just tear into this anyway. Okay. I've not looked at this at all, so this will be a fun like unboxing for everybody. But I took this out of the box on my Chinese New Year celebration, which should be up now, maybe. We'll see. Okay. Right away, I'm just gonna kind of clean out the gears in there. I mean, immediately better. Just simple stuff like that really does help it out quite a bit. Fixes the lag. That's interesting. There's like a weird amount of friction there. That's not traveling fully either. There we go. That's better. Let's take the top off because I think that is just the next step in the procedure. Okay, and as I've said before, personal preference, I prefer to just take the back off. So that way I don't have to worry about the advance lever falling through. And I don't have to worry about the back being open and flopping around. I just always find that to be frustrating. And same with the ME Super, K1000, all of the other Pentax cameras. Anything that sits on the advance column is going to be the opposite. So righty-loosey, lefty-tighty. And then, I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the shutter speed dial needs to be set to. I just set it to bulb 1600. That could be wrong. I don't think there is necessarily a setting in the manual. I have seen in the manual like how to reset this, because if this comes like off kilter or whatever, there is an obvious setting that you can have it for 100 ASA or whatever. So I have seen that, but I don't know exactly if it matters taking it apart. And obviously there's no batteries, so there's no power, so I don't think it's really going to affect anything too much. And the other thing that I would like to say, life-changing, not having to take apart the shutter button mechanism. That is just game changer, because I always hated having to take that off and then reset it. Okay, top is off, and there we go. Just add a little alcohol to here. And honestly, this looks pretty good. Like, there's nothing bad about this. The top, I noticed as well, was in great condition when I got it. Outside of the Ansel had to scratch his name into it, had to know it was his camera. But outside of that, like, really good condition. There's no dents, nothing crazy like that. The prism is in great condition, which is always good to see. Not too much debris in the focus screen. And yeah, it was really only the shutter timing and that was having issues. And even if I remember correctly, I believe the self timer was working. I know the depth of field preview was functioning properly, which is always a good sign. Okay, that seems to be working okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna put this back together honestly in a moment. I just wanted to give it a moment to kind of breathe. I might do a little bit more like cleaning work to it, but to be honest, I'm pretty impressed with this camera. And this wasn't an expensive thing. Like, I didn't come across this. It was like $500 or $100 or anything. I think it was $30 to be honest with you. So you'll notice in a lot of these older cameras too, and I don't know if I've mentioned this on the channel or not, but they typically, I think I have one here, this old Spotmatic. Yeah, so it has somebody's like social security number stenciled in there, and they do that because I guess identity theft wasn't as big of a deal back then, and it was used only exclusively to help someone identify your stuff. So you'll see, like, in a lot of older cameras, there's like that stenciled into it, and in a way that kind of devalues the camera because it's a blemish, could be considered that at least. And it's kind of the same thing with like the names, but I will say, for what it's worth, this is a really well done job. Like, it looks almost machined in there, not like handheld like that other one is. So I think if anything, that adds a little bit of value to it, especially because this is Ansel Adams' camera. obviously. So I think that in and of itself is a kind of a cool feature. And stuff like seeing the old camera service sticker, one, makes me think I should do that because I feel like that'd be kind of fun. And two, it's just cool. It gives it a little bit of history, and I kind of like the very minute details about cameras and stuff like that. So seeing that, I think, is kind of neat. But yeah, that is it. That's this Pentax MX, Ansel Adams' personal favorite camera that he took with him everywhere. So yeah, I'm gonna get this put back together, clean it up, and then I will probably put it up on the store sometime soon. But I am gonna shoot a roll through it anyways, just to test it. So I'll make a separate video for that. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure to comment below. Shoot me an email if you have any like repair related issues. I can help you with all of that. Subscribe to the channel for more great content, and I think that's about it. So thank you again for watching. Appreciate it always. Catch you on the next one.